sell tires to people to turn it into cash. But it was a struggle back in the day. It was a big struggle.
Well, if you're off on the road to anywhere, it's a good idea to have tires.
Yeah. Tires in those days came from the great state of Ohio. I believe Toledo, Ohio, is where the tires were made.
The rubber trees were grown in Saskatchewan.
I still have some of those bloody themes running in my head. We're off on the road to Morocco. Oh boy.
Come follow Ohio into the future. Oh my God. Thank God we got rid of that. Ohio's a separate country now, isn't it?
Community for tomorrow.
Yeah. Didn't Dr. Gould, didn't Canada annex Ohio during the last election or something? Isn't that like a new province or something?
They attempted it. It did not go very well. The people in Ohio did not care for our socialist medicine.
Well, you know, in The Handmaid's Tale, I think that Ohio does go to Canada, so there's still hope for you in the future.
Yes. At least someone can, convince them to read some fiction, and maybe the idea will plant a seed.
Speaking of fiction, Anne Rice died Saturday, which some people may not care, but Anne Rice, besides being a very pro trans and friend of the queer community and whatnot, was a great writer and introduced the world to some great characters that actually, taught me some things about life. And I know it's stupid to say things like that about vampire books, but the thing about it is that people understand underneath her stories was some pretty heavy philosophical questions about life itself. Thank you.
No, you're thinking of Anne Rand.
No, you're thinking of Anne Rand.
Yeah, who is John Galt?
Anne Rice told what were turned out to be shitty movies, but really good. It was a good joke. It was a good joke. I got the joke. I was going on about my friend. When I went to New Orleans, I toured a couple of her houses. And because we were the only ones on the tour bus, the guy took us to I went to the Rising Sun.
It's been the ruin of many.
You know what that song's about? Everybody knows what that song's about.
In a cemetery, isn't it?
No, it's about jail, dude. It's about being in jail. The House of the Rising Sun is the jail.
Did you go to jail in Louisiana? What were you arrested for in Louisiana? Were you putting ketchup on your chicken wings?
No, I don't think I ever got arrested in Louisiana. I might have got warned severely in Louisiana.
Okay, I need to ask a question before this show starts. Are we going to be merely voices, or are we going to have visual input as well?
I don't have
Well, that's what I wanted to know. That's what I wanted to know. So whether or not I could take the cover off my camera, that's what I wanted to know. Voices are good.
All right, honey, put your clothes back on. No camera tonight.
Okay. I'm not trying to bitch, but it seems like you cut out a lot now.
Online?
Dr. Fox, yeah, I've been trying to figure out if it's me or what, but man, it's
Well, your voice,
like almost everyone else is good,
but background music
Well, I'm doing
cuts
all
in
the
and out quite a bit.
shit, you know.
yeah.
It's probably my bandwidth. Patreon.com/hypercube.
Do you have a noise cancellation on your end? Because I think
Yeah,
when it
right
hears the music, it tries to cut it back out. Oh, that shit fucking works good.
I've disabled all noise cancellation of any such news program.
Nah, the whole last of that was gone. Alright, I'll be right back.
Yeah, that's on your end.
4 minutes. 5 minutes. No, I'm not gonna eat. I'm just gonna make something to drink. Maybe fill up my vape. Yeah.
Stop talking and go do. Come on. 4 minutes is 4 minutes.
Hey, you got the boss in me. And he's got 4 minutes of bumpers before it even starts.
There you go. I've been told.
I think so, Fox.
So it seems.
Woke up Christmas morning, I could feel it in my bones. He was coming here, he would enter my home. Climbing down the chimney, bag of
The
secrets
elevator
on
music
his
coming
back.
from.
Oh boy! It's your bestest pal, Dr. Fox. That's me coming to you live via the HyperCOMM sub-ether voice comm bridge communication relay system. And it is the HyperCOMM Open Comms Holiday Special where you, yes you, for the first time in your life can interact with Time for the Show on an entirely new level that will more than likely get us flagged for a lot of insensitive things said by people that I don't represent or tolerate. But I may laugh at what they have to say. So in a moment, I'm going to hit the button, and Chuckle Rama is just going to be coming through. Okay. Here we go.
On shit. They look nice and healthy to me.
You know what's funny is none of those people could ride bikes before they started taking that medication.
Yeah, and then they get a nice, like, hypoallergenic bike seat, and they just keep rubbing their pissoirs against it, and it helps keep the herpes at bay.
I wonder if he knows he's muted, or is this
Just let him do
his stuff.
Well, he's in his own world.
It's a magical
He's meditating.
place. The reality
He has a
I
dream.
craft that I feel
Not
so
overly
much more
concerned about
comfortable
whether or not
than I
we
ever
can hear
could
him.
somewhere else.
He can hear us. That's the problem.
This is my safe space.
Meditating is like when you put a tater tot inside of another tater tot, right?
Right.
That's meditating.
Julie, you got my Christmas card today, did you not? And you defiled it.
I did, but first I did check yes that I do like the Black Rose.
I noticed that. That's very good.
I checked yes. I was gonna check no just to be funny, but I was like, no, fuck that. I do like the Black Rose. They're a great band.
Able to hear me.
Well, they are good. I'm enjoying them from time to time.
I'm just gonna start talking
Yeah.
to you.
At one time, I said that they would be the next Rolling Stones. A young, confident piece, like 20 years ago, like, this band is going to be the next Rolling Stones. In 20 years, this will be like the band.
And then they broke up.
You know,
Are they broken up?
They broke up for a long time, and they had a reunion tour.
Fox is talking. Fox is talking. Fox is saying something.
This entire time.
They toured with Jimmy Page.
About it.
And like in the late '90s for a while.
You know, I think the Patreon's like a little low. You know what I'm saying? Some people, you know, they're getting added.
Oh, there he is, begging for money and stuff.
Oh, as any good sub-genius should.
There we go. The mics must be working now.
Mike's has been working, you microfucker.
Yeah,
My mic the whole
mic is
time.
fine.
What'd you do to yours?
Well, you know what?
I'm just a facilitator.
If you look around the room and you can't tell who's not being heard, then it's probably you.
No, I was having an in-depth conversation with the viewer. We were connecting on a whole nother plane. You guys were on like flight 93. That's what plane you were on.
What's
And
the name of this
one of you
week's
wasn't
word?
heroic. Fid Chuli was probably the perpetrator. He probably had some sort of flashy T-shirt that someone mistook for a box cutter.
It was probably, but close only counts in horseshoes and box cutters.
Flight 22.
Close
It's a
only.
special night. It's a special night tonight, kids, on It's Time for the Show. Besides not thinking for all week, this is your one chance to, in the year, to jump on board. And I can see, looking around in my magic DB mirror, I can see Cosmac of Cosmac's Commandos, subject to change, Dr. Ghoul. I can see lots of my viewers and listeners out there, and they're all excited to do show. The last show, regularly scheduled show, of the year. Now there might be, I don't even know if I can say it. There might be.
You shouldn't even.
There
say
might
it.
be one-offs. There might be Christmas specials.
Bees
There
was
might
gonna
not
do
be.
his show finally. You know.
Yeah,
The
it could
big,
be.
The big
It could
Pete
be.
holiday specials coming up. I've been
And I know what you're thinking, viewer. You're like,
killer theme song.
wait, end of the year, it's December 13th, but it's actually Polish New Year today.
Correct.
Mazel tov.
Correct. The Germans changed it.
They did. They shifted it to the west just a little bit. The time zone.
It's
The first of the year is now in December for you.
one kielbasa lasted 8 days.
Alright, before anybody else has anything more to say, I have a question and I direct it directly toward Doc Folk. When the hell are we getting paid for this? Otherwise, can you not be sued for using our voices without our direct approval?
As long as we just give you $1, then we're off the hook.
Well, there you go.
Would you like $1, sir?
It's the French pronunciation.
I will fucking send you $1 right the fuck now, and if you think I'm kidding, I am not fucking kidding with you.
He's not kidding. He'll send you $1. He's gonna be
Converted to
Worsened and crazy
Canadian and
here.
take a substantial loss.
Hey you! Put that poverty down! Poverty's for closers. I am not fucking with you.
unless you're into that kind of thing.
Cosmic indifference for $1. $1 seems a perfectly reasonable thing to be paid.
Alright, you're on Cash App?
You're gonna send it to him in
you
Bitcoins, our new cryptocurrency.
Yep. Bob coin.
I insist upon a $1 American paper bill.
But that's crossing international borders. That's like money laundering. One American dollar, that's like 20 Korean or Canadian dollars, right? What kind of rubles do they take in Canada?
I do not take the rubles.
Just like a moose pellets.
The loony.
They do reals, I think. I think it's real is the money of Canada.
It's not kroners?
And yeah, I was about to say, I think it's a very cream-based economy.
Could be kroners.
Oh, Bridgestone tires!
Oh, there's plenty of Canadian Tire money floating around. I hear a lot of...
Tim Horton coffee bucks is what they use as their currency. Tim Horton coffee bucks.
They just treated like it was
nothing against Tim Horton, sir.
spent buckshot
Do you know?
and milk.
Do you guys know when you hear about the cabal that runs the entire world? You know, that secret society and all that stuff. Do you know what else they run? And they're actually, you know, that's their main business. It's the same people that run Waffle House. Came out on the news today. It turns out Waffle House CEO is the ruler of the entire world. It's crazy,
Why
right?
do you think it's pronounced
Waffle House?
Hey, save it for the news segment,
It's
Bees.
waffle, not falafel.
New Year's is now Thanksgiving Day.
Oh yeah, speaking of
potato
the
waffles?
holidays, I can't reach them because all the sound effects are over on the other side of the room. Hold on, I'll have to go over and push the sound effects button.
Is there such...
All right. Well, wait here. Shh. Right. He's gonna do a sound effect. Be quiet.
Wait, where's Flux Scrotumberg?
We need a drum roll
He's-
sound effect.
My favorite part of the show, and that's our handsome celebrity review, because this week we were supposed to have a follow-up with our astrologer of the stars, Ted Biederman, and the follow-up holiday report and weather exclusive from Scoops McNews Guy, as discussed on previous episode 184, 3. It's one of those.
Well, you've been on the television longer than Piper.
Okay, Scoop's ready. You do a show now?
Do it now, Scoops.
So
He's Slavic.
Scoop, do the with the. You're Slavic. I'm Slavic. You're Slavic. Scoops is Slavic. What Slav are you? We do the news now, though, right? We talk after show.
Yeah, no. We need the.
What segment did you? Did you do
Scoops?
the intro to Scoops?
I
During
thought
the
you were
Christmas
going to
special?
sing the Yugoslavian national anthem, Scoops. And a one,
many
and a
words.
two, and a something like this.
Yugoslavia. Yugoslavia. We have cabbages. We have pumpkins too. We are all together in the struggle. Why don't you buy a zoo? That's a good song for Yugoslavia. Let's give Chips a good hand.
Yay!
Not
That's
ashamed
good.
to admit that made me cry a little bit.
It's just so nice.
Smidge. Just a chubs. Just a smidge
So-
touch.
Just firing in the air, nothing to worry about.
Scoops will tell you an important thing about the Fluxo-Rutenberg. Fluxo-Rutenberg is not a Slavic. And Fluxo-Rutenberg is not here doing his job because he's in Italy.
Is he Italian?
with Scoop's friend. No.
And now, Yugoslavian's favorite news anchor. It's a me! I'm Scoops, I'm making news, the guy.
If Fluxo-Rutenberg, he's no good. He see a woman's vagina, now he's addicted to porn. He no coming to a show. Take it away, Scoops.
It's a crippling addiction. A disease.
Among others, yes.
Well, there you go. That's our on-the-spot correspondent, Scoops.
We're now all up to date.
All
We're
coming
all
now-
up to date.
We have our fingers on the pulse of that vein in the dick of world events.
I want everybody to know that our listeners in Germany, that bit's for you.
You know who you are.
Yeah.
They know who you are.
Thank you. Wunderbar! Wunderbar! Peace says my name! Wunderbar.
Getting reception in that bunker.
It's difficult.
All right.
Now, Cosmac's here, but he's not saying anything.
He's angry about something.
It
He's
could
mean,
very well be that every time you have screamed, "Cosmac to the doors!" he feels
likes
all shy and untoward about coming
That
forward.
doesn't sound like the Cosmac I know. That is not the
No,
Cosmac.
but you may have warped and mutated him with all of your ravening screaming.
So, Dr. Fox, let me ask you something. You know, many times on the show we do a little thing, a little segment, I even want to call it, where we do Reverend 80's clean joke of the day. And it so happens, dude, it so happens, the listeners aren't even aware, Reverend 80 is here tonight. And I instructed him 14 minutes ago exactly to write me 2 jokes. And I would pay him a sandwich to be FedExed at a later time. So I'm wondering if he has gotten his task done.
I've got 2 jokes for you.
There you go. That's my brother from another mother, Reverend 80.
Reverend 80's clean joke of the week. Starring Reverend 80.
Bring it, brother, bring it.
Alright. I like my bread. I'm sorry. I like
Calm down. Start over. You're
Apology accepted.
I like my pastrami like I like my Alabamans in bread.
You can't see it, but I am holding up an 8.
So did you hear about the do you know what the carpenter said to the wall?
I'm gonna
What
nail
did the
you.
carpenter say to the wall?
One more crack like that and I'll plaster you.
Oh, fuck you, Julie! This was so much better! Ladies and gentlemen, run!
Oh,
80!
bullshit. He stole that from the Highlights magazine.
Whatever. He's got a sandwich coming his way. Do you have a Quiznos in your neighborhood?
How to use the blender.
No, we don't.
Oh, too bad. That's where my coupon's for.
Oh.
We only get paid in Quizno bucks. We'll leave it.
My favorite part of the show is running across the room to push the buttons now. That's what I like doing. It's the Piezo Box, with real letters from viewers like you. Ask us things. So we'll.
These are your guys' letters.
Our open forum, quorum, quandary, quagmire, a quarry. It's a bunch of quarries around here. A bunch of Japanese quail. All right. Dear show, every time I park my car in the handicap space at the Piggly Wiggly, the cart fetcher always looks at me with disgust. What am I doing wrong? And that's from Carrie Baggage of West Macalacacucci, Rhode Island.
Well, first of all, I'm not sure in what vernacular or culture cart fetcher is the job title. I think that that's a well-rounded trade, that you don't just fetch carts. Sometimes you might assist old ladies. And,
That's not a job. That's a racial slur. Fucking. Guess who moved
Excuse me, sir. Excuse me, sir.
Cart fetchers.
Where's your cart fetcher? I can't be expected to cart these fetches myself.
And he knocks it out of the park and the crowd goes wild.
That's a quote from Huckleberry Finn, isn't it?
I say, sir, where's your cart fetcher? I can't fetch these carts myself, can I?
A really good friend named Cart Fetcher Jim.
I did it both ways.
Our word.
Anyone who did not laugh at that joke is a mean and aggressive little carpet-bagging son of a plucked who cut hair last.
Why you, sir? Did you call car fetcher? Cause I'm Tobias, and I'm the best cart fetcher in all Louisiana.
I don't know
I'll
what
get
school
you caught
said,
for you,
but
sir.
it sounded like the Grinch cussing somebody out.
Just so.
I'll fetch them carts right on up to the plantation, sir.
What do you think the Grinch's racial slur for the Who's was? What did he call them when he was drunk?
Will Felch.
Goddamn what's?
Jigahoos.
Sand Who's.
The stupid wares.
Wasps.
Bad little hoogers.
I hate
Ooh.
them who's. I hate all of them they/them who's. And
Yeah, we need to make
town.
like the prequel to the Grinch. Where he's just getting drunk up on his mountain, staring down at him,
When his name was Gary.
kicking his
When his name
dog.
was Gary.
We're a racist.
Gary that worked at the Ford factory. And went to his cabin in the mountains. Gary got laid off from Ford, went up to the mountains, started beating on his dog, drinking the whiskey. They just call me the Grinch now, bitches. Whoa!
His shoes were
The country done gone to shit since the Whoville came to
because the
town.
Who's.
So what's the Dr. Seuss name for Mad Dog 2020?
Dog 2020.
Who Punch. He talks about it in the book. That's the Who Punch.
Oh yeah, and he stole their hash. He stole their Who hash.
Yeah, he was.
Fuck.
He stole the last can of Who hash, by the way.
Not
The last-
And you can't tell me that in the 50s. You can't tell me in the 50s that Ted Gristle, who wrote Dr. Seuss, you can't tell me he didn't smoke some hash and know how funny that fucking was for a
No,
kid's book.
he was inhaling a bunch of fleet insecticide. That's what did it.
Do you know?
Flip.
No, he
Flip.
got into a fight. He got into a fight with the guy who wrote The Road, and that's why he's excluded from that entire book. But it was his fucking idea. He was like the third character there, man.
Jack Kerouac was supposed to be
Jack
in the Grinch.
Kerouac. Jack Kerouac and Ted Gristle they wrote that book together, and Jack got pissed off and cut all of Ted's parts out. He put that part of toilet paper away.
Wow.
And in return, Jack Kerouac is not in the Grinch. You're absolutely right. So that was a little battle behind the scenes that a lot of people don't know about. No.
So that was just
He
Jack
might be the
Kerouac
dog, metaphorically.
And Dr. Seuss's answer to Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas.
Correct. Correct. Now, Charles Schultz did kind of he tried to jump into it.
Schmoozles
Charles Schultz
and
tried to jump
everywhere.
into it with Charlie Brown kills a bunch of people, kind of dexterous and stuff, but it didn't catch on.
You're on heroin, Charlie Brown!
Good grief.
Never fuck up a guy's nod.
Well, when he said he got a rock during the Halloween special, that was the beginning of the end for Charlie.
I thought he just got drafted in the Gulf War.
That may explain where all of Charlie Brown's rock went. I mean, why do you think Snoopy's up there constantly hallucinating his nose
Well,
off?
he's 9 years old and he's completely bald, so he's probably boosting testosterone something fierce. So he's on like a bunch of blockers.
Charlie Brown gets back from his third tour in Iraq. Just put the fucking red hair wig on, bitch!
You're a government test subject, Charlie Brown.
It's the great
Paid you
MK Ultra.
extra dollars to wear the fucking wig. Just shut the fuck up. Is there any more coke?
Alright, here's what you're gonna do. You hold that football, and then right before I come, you yank it away.
Shove it right in my ass.
You know, one of my most prized possessions is
You dirty football throwing away bitch.
One of my most prized possessions is a piece of art that just has Charlie Brown and Snoopy walking into a school with an AK-47 and a bag of ammunition, and the title is, They Should Have Listened to You, Charlie Brown.
You know, here's the thing. Here's my problem with that mental picture, right? If you're gonna go shoot something up, don't just bring ammo and guns. Bring some dope. You know, you want to, in the middle of all this, you're probably gonna die, right? So you want to get really humped. It's your last chance, dude. And if they catch you, it's your last chance. Right, so you want to be like that guy in like the pilot of Star Trek Next Generation that right when you're shooting everybody, you got this thing that jabs some stuff into you. I'm Charlie Brown! Put the wigs on, you bitches!
I like it when he tucks his wiener in. It's like, I'd fuck me, Charlie Brown.
I'm so pretty. I miss Nevada.
That's gonna be this year's top toy, the I'd fucking Charlie Brown.
Put the lotion in the basket. Oh no, Snoopy!
That should be our next project.
Fucking
We should-
Snoopy!
It puts
How long
the
is it
nickel
till the
in the
penis
can.
goes? How long do we got to wait till the penis goes public domain?
The penis.
The?
The penis. Because I think we could do like a really...
They don't
Like
release.
Jeff the Penis Schwartz?
Like the platonic penis, you know?
We can Bitcoin the penis.
We can make an NFT for the penis.
And then finally put the, it's not the size of your wallet.
I think we should do a whole comic book about Tobias the Cart Fetcher. Wow.
And how he put all
I mean-
into a fly-by-night.
We're
routine
gonna.
to decide-
Kids, that's only the second time we've swung back to Tobias the Cart Fetcher. This third time isn't going to make it funny either. But by the end of the show, I'm going to say Tobias the Cart Fetcher, and you all are going to piss yourselves.
If you can't say
laugh, I was supposed.
say the C word.
Well, that's because of Tobias the Cart Fetcher. People were not as pissy about themselves before we introduced the character of Tobias the Cart Fetcher.
A lot of
And his nemesis, John the Cart Keeper. See, John the Cart Keeper is all about keeping the carts. But
Wait a
Tobias the
second.
Cart Fetcher needs to fetch them carts and get him to the plantation as soon as he
You're lifting this from Ghostbusters too, aren't you?
No!
I remember that
It's
scene.
actually,
I
Walter
am the
Cosmac's
cart
next video
keeper.
game.
Are you the cart fetcher?
there can only be Carl.
The cart fetcher.
That's Tobias. Carl is the guy that kind of mediates the arguments between John the Cart Keeper and Tobias the Cart Catcher.
So who's
He's John the mediator.
So wait, so who's the
Favorite
guy who
Primus
fixes
song.
the wheel of the cart when they get stuck?
That's Willie the Wheel Washer.
Yeah, I believe
Not
Willie the
Magic
Wheel
Cart
Washer is the
Puller.
only one that did not get a medal at the end of that movie.
Well, he's black.
So this is an unfortunate thing, yes.
Who? Chewbacca?
For Willie. For Willie.
Willie the Wheel
Everybody
Washer.
else got
He did
medals.
not get a
Everybody else got
at
medal.
the end. He just stood
Everybody
up
else
next
got
to
a
the
medal,
camera
and I just got windshield wiper fluid.
How the hell did Willie become a black name? I think it's time we take Willie back.
From Different Strokes.
Who is Willie in Different Strokes?
Willis.
Oh, Willis. Yeah, but he didn't go by Willie.
Because he was rich.
Willie is either the name for a white person or an orca. That's
You know what? It's
it.
a good question. I think we got to blame Richard Pryor. Richard Pryor had a lot of characters named Willie.
Well, the first black NASCAR driver ever was named Willie T. Ribbs, and that is his real name.
You know, something happened made me mad today. I read something on the internet about that Will Wheaton said. And it's because it's about topical stuff, and he was talking about when he was little and like 16 years old, and he was doing the Home Alone movies, and how he watched Eddie Murphy's show Delirious, and Eddie Murphy's so funny, and that was the best show ever, and he embarrassed himself because he said the word faggots to a gay hockey team that somehow he started playing with, and he feels bad about that to this day. Well, I don't know.
Wait,
But the whole point about it is that Dave Chappelle was bad because of Dave Chappelle's recent. We did a show about this, but I was like, this is such bullshit. So,
Dude, gay hockey players call each other
Eddie
faggot all the
Murphy
time.
in a really. First of all, here's something about Eddie Murphy.
Keep it
I don't
in
think
the
you can
eyes.
compare Eddie Murphy and Dave Chappelle. Dave Chappelle is a humorist, and fucking Eddie Murphy really shouldn't even be allowed to suck Dave Chappelle's cock. And to use Eddie Murphy's worst performance ever, which is what Delirious is, as some kind of example that it's the same thing that Dave Chappelle did in his show, it shows me you didn't watch Dave's show. And second of all, everything that the guy was saying was based on oh well, Dave Chappelle or Eddie Murphy taught me to be mean to gay people. And now I had to outgrow that and realize that now Dave Chappelle's trying to do it with trans people. And it's like, no, dude, you were a 16-year-old kid, and the worst thing about your whole story is that you thought Eddie Murphy's Delirious was super funny. That was, like, even Eddie Murphy's like, fuck, would HBO please stop showing this fucking show?
Well, trans is the new gay. I mean, like, if you're a cisgendered white guy who's gay, you show up to the meeting, you're like, hey everybody, I'm gay, and they're like, and no, that's it, I'm gay. I'm a gay white guy. Is this gendered? I go by him and he. And they're like, Pshaw. That's it? You're just gay? You don't have it? That's all?
But
Get
wasn't
outta
These
here.
days,
Fuck
being
outta
gay
here.
is like having a beard.
Just
It's
be
not
sure
a
to
big
grab a
deal.
bunch of snacks from the table on your way out.
Well, it's a requirement.
Lady fingers.
You have to have some kind of facial hair unless you're a bottom.
Pansexual pixies.
Was Will Wheaton in Home Alone?
No, he wasn't. I didn't want to. I didn't want to give him Star Trek props because, you know, here's the thing. Shut up, Leslie. That's what should have been said in this post. Is it should have been shut up, Leslie. Somebody should
Remember
have said
that episode of Star Trek where they discovered there was only one gender?
Oh yeah, and Riker still tried to fuck that person.
Does that mean
Like I don't know what.
They made a
Riker's
whole-
like,
they
I
made
don't
a
know what I'm
whole
gonna
series.
find down there, but I bet you it's something.
You got an orifice and I'm gonna penetrate it.
Data?
What?
There's
You know
only
what?
one
You know
gender.
what,
What does this
bitch,
mean? It means we're all gay. No!
Data was. Data didn't say shit because he was banging Tasha Yar at the time. It's like whatever,
Come on,
dude.
give me
Work
some
your shit
props
out.
for knowing a fucking Star Trek reference.
Yeah,
You know I'm not
yeah,
into that
yeah.
show. I named a character in a relevant
Data-
context. That was big for me, okay?
Which
Data
character
winked
was
at
it?
Riker and said, "Dude, work your shit out. I'm banging Tasha Yar."
I mean, she was the primo piece on the Enterprise at the time.
I think it was the yellow uniform.
Yeah, he entered her prize.
Engage.
Set your penises to orgasm.
Lasers to stun.
That's what the joke was
Comes
based
down to
off
it,
of.
when the matter and antimatter met there was a warp bubble that blew all over
Well,
there
she had a
and
bunch
made
of,
the walls.
Hey,
she came from the
Vid.
only planet
Vid.
in the Federation that still had like the rape tunnels. The first Tasha Yar episodes, it's like footage of the rape tunnels, and they're all in
had a
rags
dream.
running
Don't be
through the
just my
fog
victim.
machines, and it's like
We have those in Vegas.
Yeah, but she was
Rape,
able,
rape,
she was
rape,
able to
rape,
hop on
rape.
They
the
still
ship
charge for rape tunnels?
because that's the future. So she had, she only
Not if you have an easy pass.
You had to starve her for a few days and turn on a smoke machine before she'd even think about getting wet.
Sorry, the rape tunnel's kind of
You
ruined.
had to
So easy for
provide
that
her
tar
some
monster
type
to
of
take her down.
water.
She's like a
After all,
4-day
she was so
bender.
dry.
So now listen,
means.
do you think because we put the spotlight of wokeness onto that episode of Star Trek, that the Star Trek Next Generation will now be canceled because of, like, here's the thing, we had a big schism in the Church of the Subgenius because they even mentioned Legume's bit about bear rape, which is ridiculous because it was a bear raping somebody. It's just
You didn't
repeated.
have
It's like a
tunnel.
But now they didn't even have a tunnel, right? But now their beloved Star Trek has done the same thing. Do you think there will be a huge backlash against Gene Roddenberry? No.
Well, there ought to be.
Like there was against Douglas St. Clair Smith?
I just like that his name sounds like an off-brand for like a novelty wine.
Don't you feel like his name should be like a perfume?
Yeah. Top it off with some booze.
I get lots of. Oh no, I was thinking Stang's name. Oh my God, what's that scent?
Stang was in
Oh.
Star Trek.
I'm wearing Douglas St. Clair Smith, the cologne for men. What do you think?
Xanthia's dad's dick was in Star Trek.
Yeah, multiple times they actually used footage in at least 3 different episodes. Yes.
They're actually trying to get a premium for the place that they're selling because they're like, a famous dick was here, and so
Enough in the extended
there's some
cut, they
carte
removed
blanche.
it.
Yeah, that's what they call D-roll.
They circumcised it. Didn't look near as imposing. The worst thing is when you go into the film museum and he's got the reels of it. You want to see it? No, I saw it at dinner last night. Thanks.
Yeah, exactly. And
What'd you have for dinner last night? Macaroni and
When you were-
dick.
When you were flexing, when your daughter graciously made us all a meal and you couldn't give up the nudity for 1 fucking minute. Yep. Yeah. For dinner, you're scooping out the food, and I'm like, yeah. Hey, I thought you said we were having sausages.
yeah, he introduces himself like
Frank.
when you meet a guy and his wife. Oh, hey, I'm Dave, and this is Maria. You know,
My dick.
he's like, yeah, hey, I'm Hiker, and
I'm
this
Dave.
is my penis.
Little hiker.
Get you some
Yeah.
trailblazer, I call him.
Trailblazer. There's donuts and sweet tea and fried chicken in the waiting room.
Oh yeah, there you go.
That's
My favorite time of the
So-
show.
The hardest part of the show is running the show.
That's my favorite part.
I ordered more.
Some of them buttons might actually be connected to something. You never can tell.
I'm a natural born button pusher.
Who doesn't like buttons?
Do you guys want the next level?
Scoops! Scoops have buttons! Scoops like switches!
Nintendo Switches?
No, switches is much more
DLC,
efficient than
fucking
button.
common and gun.
Look, no, listen. Listen, you press button.
Industry
Oh,
burn.
did button press? Did doorbell go off? You don't know, but if you have switch, bang, on, switch is activated. I know message received. Button tells me nothing. Soviet Slavic Union uses switches.
What if you have a button that
Transsexual
lights
driving
up?
a Versa.
Well, that's good. That's clever.
Here's
I
you
didn't
can
think of
answer
that.
this one. Dear show, why is it my granola bars always have nuts in them? And that's from Johann Straub of Drunk Neck, Indiana.
In Slavic countries, granola with nuts eats you. So it's hard for Scoops to understand question because I eat meats of pig and cheese. So much cheese in Slavic countries. Very good. And I don't like this question, Dr. Fox. Move on.
Okay.
Fucking granola.
It's
Fucking
rather
granola.
binding. It's rather binding.
There's something wrong with you. Granola.
Do you even have
Fucker.
Quakers in Yugoslavia?
We don't.
Well,
We ate them.
Yeah, they're
Yugoslavia.
In the winter of '47, we ate the
Yugoslavia,
Quaker Oats, man.
Yugoslavia. Dear show,
We had, yes.
you want it? You want it? Scoops. Where's Ted
Oh, thanks,
Membrane,
Mud Mitten.
astrologer of the stars?
Tedfluenza?
Dear show, where did God move my cheese to? And that's from Gary, Indiana, of Crawdad, Wyoming.
Oh, your cheeses no more, my friend, because if you know, whenever you nail cheeses through the nails, many times the postal workers, is that cheese? And they find the cheese because on the envelope there's a little sweaty, greasy spot from the cheese in the envelope. And so they take your cheeses and they eat them for themselves, the pigs. Now, let me tell you the weather for the stars. 350 degrees below zero. Absolute zero. Base is cold, my friends.
that's exactly how many laughs that joke got.
We'll see. Let's wait for... Listen, here's the thing. I think that we should do a movie treatment about Tobias the Cart Fetcher in space.
I saw that softcore porn when I
tell
was
you what,
young.
I'll tell you what,
Fetches
Pete.
carts in space.
We can do that. Do me a favor. Send that tube. Hit that button to do the tube. That one should do it. That's it. Peace. I've sent you a cache of props for you to utilize in your pitch. Go check your front door.
It's
Now, do it.
No, go check your front door.
Front door.
Go check. You might want to put on a
Be
helmet
stuck
first.
on the front door and glow in the dark squeal.
It's my favorite
Still
part of the show.
gonna
That's
test
like, he has a two.
post insurance.
Wait for Peas to come back. And how far is it to his front door? Just pretend.
He's just making
A
it.
number of light years depending on
Just making
the
coffee.
strength of the light. Go into the light, Pete. Go into the light, my friend.
Well, it's not a long way there, but it's a long way back.
So which one of your football teams got accused of like murder or domestic violence charge this week?
The Chicago Rapists.
What's all this stuff?
Peas, did you get the parcel, Peas? Peas, did you get the parcel?
I got some stuffs.
This is the
Peas.
part where you describe it verbally
This
for
is the
the
part where
viewers who
Peas-
can't see it.
Describes his plentiful parcel, please. My favorite part of the show.
Okay. So, Peas is out in the porch. It's me, woke Carl. I got this cool, you're the best balloon, right, dude? Filled with nitrous, I bet. Yeah! God damn, that's cool. I got some silly putty. I'll masturbate with that later. It sounds like Bill Clinton all of a sudden. I got some... How the fuck did this get here? Because it's not in a package. I got a package of Army men. I'm getting a little worried. I got some desktop cornhole, mini cornhole. I think that if I don't like this, I'll re-gift it to the Circus
Oh, that's the
Apocalypse.
gentleman's
Apocalypse.
cornhole. That's the one you leave under the mattress.
Yeah.
He got a
I
pack of
got-
army men and a scale model of the U.S. Capitol. He's going to plan the
This
next
is the most
insurrection.
important thing here. I got a 5-pack. I got a 5-pack of ramen, right? But it's not like regular ramen. This is street flavored ramen, man. This is chili lime shrimp. I can fucking get shit in prison for this fucking 5-pack. So if I get arrested, that silly putty in that top ramen will help me out. Now in here, oh shit. This might be a prison theme because here I got some Irish Spring soaps too. And yeah, it's funny. People keep sending me soap. I don't know what it means. Ferg sent me a whole case of soap, and I don't know what the fuck that. This Irish Spring though, so that's a more
Take a hint, you know.
white guy.
Irish
thing
Spring,
here.
Army men.
Now, oh shit, there's more.
Use your words.
First of all,
yes.
Faith in the triology.
It's a can of peas.
Of
I
course
get those
there
a
was.
lot. I get those a lot. It's kind of like hearing about Tobias the cart fetcher if you send a can of peas, but nonetheless, still funny, right?
Yeah, listen
As funny
to.
as this can of peas is, that's how funny Tobias the cart catcher and his ongoing struggles with fucking John the cart keeper and the whole, Carl keeping the peace between them. Now this is good. Here's some more free pencils for $1, so those are back on the market. If you want a free pencil, all you've got to do is send a self-addressed stamped envelope to 6428 Dobie Peak Drive, Las Vegas, Nevada 89108 with $1 in it, and you can get a free pencil.
Laced with acid.
Oh, look at this. We got some kind of German headwear. I don't know what the deal with that is, but that's nice. Oh, there's 2 of them. So here, I figured it out. These are, a lot of people don't know this, but it's probably time to get out in the open before CSN reports it. Carrots and I do a kind of a Christmas cosplay sex thing. She has this elf outfit, and we didn't have any hats. And what happens is I'm Santa, right? And I catch she's the elf, and she's done something wrong. And I gotta straighten that shit out. So the hats are gonna come in handy, that's for sure. Now here's something. This is 3 picks. I don't know what it is. You think it's lasagna or cake or something.
Red food coloring twirled around his dick.
Well, there's absolutely nothing in it. It's just 3 pie tins. So I don't know with covers, but I'm sure that what was meant to be done with these is only this. And a lot of people don't know this about. A lot of people don't know this about pie tins, but in the course of an emergency and there's no tinfoil available, they actually will make a hat-type covering that will keep you safe from rain, snow, it will reflect the sunlight if you need it to, and it keeps the government bird drones from injecting their programs into you, even though the government has lost control of the drone birds and they pretty much have gone back to just being regular robot birds.
That's all true.
If you don't believe me, ask Tobias the cart fetcher. He'll tell you all about it. Well, Dr. Fox, this is kind of... and there's one more thing.
Unfortunate thing, yes.
Anamatasi, which I think in yoga means go fuck yourself. But I got a candle. It does smell like somebody that does yoga. So, yeah, we probably won't use that too much. I don't know how this stuff got here, and that's probably what concerns me the most. It wasn't in a box or nothing. It's just in a couple of bags.
Hypercube sub-ether delivery services. It'll get there eventually.
You did do a wish noise earlier.
We set this bit up months ago. And you got
which
pipe
explains
pans. How many
mold
pipe
on
pans did you get, please?
So let's see. Normally in these Army Man kits, you get like 1 or 2 bazooka guys and 1 radio guy and a bunch of other dudes. Okay, like this guy, he's pretty common. Right off the bat, 2 bazooka guys come out.
Like
so
Magic the Gathering ratings, like commons and rares.
You usually get a bunch of these guys. These are high-powered guys, snipers.
There's always the dude that is like holding the gun up above his head too, like he's surrendering.
Yeah, but he's not. He's rushing the enemy with it. I didn't even get one of those guys, Fid. They don't make that guy anymore, I guess.
I'm just waiting to see the guy crawling on his belly.
Step on.
Oh, the Green Army got totally fucked on this because I got a bunch of these dudes, and the Green Army's got like 6 of these guys.
Did you get any
like directing traffic?
Peas?
Did I get what?
Paratroopers. Did you get any paratroopers peas?
No, no. You always, you always get one thing with a fucking parachute. You throw it up in the air and shit. I didn't get one of those. That's some bullshit.
You can't parachute with a paratrooper, but you could.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with the sex hats as being the best part of the gift.
Make sure you wear the sex hats on top of your pie pan, and you can use those pie pans with your sex acts. You know, you could collect fluids in them, like pee-pee.
Is condoms.
Like you could collect pee-pee in the pie pans, peas.
I know that
you have a couple of pie pans right there. Would you go pee-pee in one of the pie pans with peas?
No, I wouldn't.
But peas,
no, I wouldn't.
3 pie pans, peas. If you please go pee-pee into the pie pans, that would be like the perfect Crimbus special. If you could just go pee-pee, please, into the pie pans.
Like a big boy.
No.
Go pee-pee in the pie pans like a big boy.
Hey, you know what, Fitchewy? Go shit in a fucking McDonald's pita balls.
Against the pie pan. That's my ASMR. That's my kink.
I'm not doing it.
I have 2 kinks. I have 2 kinks.
Already done the most awesome thing you possibly do with fecal matter or urine. He crapped in the McDonald's ball pit.
How dare you,
walked out
sir?
like nothing happened.
No!
Called for.
How dare you? First of all, it was a Chuck E. Cheese ball pit, not a McDonald's ball pit. Okay? There's a difference. Because...
What ball pit was it?
Chuck E. Cheese.
Oh, I thought it was Show Jizz Pizza.
They don't even have ball pits, liar!
The one in Laurel, Maryland did. It used to. It doesn't have one anymore.
Right. Some kid took a shit, I heard.
Yeah.
They went out of business, dude.
Peas, that's real
Whatever, it's
American
not-
journalism there.
And by the way, point
Possible.
number 2, I'm not going to take shit from somebody who's dressed like if Beetlejuice was a member of QAnon.
And boom, there's the joke of tonight.
Nice. You're the master, dude. I love you so much.
You've just one tonight's special
Words and everything, so. Just when I think I was being funny, just when I thought I was being funny, Fitz Jimmy comes up like Babe Ruth, points to left field, and bangs it right out of the fucking park.
Like, you do look like a Tim Burton puppet, Peas.
I really think someone should apologize.
Is it time for apologies? Way too early for apologies.
Way too early. We haven't even done our favorite part of the
I'm
show.
sorry.
Thank you very much for all of this. By the way, guys, thank you. That was super fucking awesome.
All right, so
You guys are the best.
Proving Grounds, where Aster 6 is going to read off the headlines. Give us a little meat on the headlines, you know, and then you got like 3 seconds to come up with something clever and witty. And if you do that,
Not funny, just clever and or witty.
there's slash.
If it's funny, you're fucking never be on the show again.
If there's anything that I hate on this show, it's people being funny.
Yeah. That's
right, so if you
why do you think we
stop
talk
at,
about Tobias the
number
cart
2.
fetcher all the time?
All right, I'll try to remember where the buttons are.
What was the cart fetcher's name?
Tobias.
Tobias.
I'll tell you where them buttons at. They're right next to the card I just fetched.
Oh,
See
you're
that?
so banned. All right, so our first headline is a man attacked by otters, and he was savaged by them, by a whole group of them.
Help Tobias! These otters is killing me while I'm fetching cards.
Perfect. Nobody's going to be able to top that.
No,
That was perfect. That was a 10 out of 10 joke.
You wanted to crush his skull like a clam upon their tummy.
I didn't say that.
There's a powerful amount of otters. What do you call a group of otters?
Moving on. Dozens
You
of
call 'em
camels have been
Jemimas.
barred from a Saudi Arabian.
One more time, from the top.
So, a bunch of camels have been barred from a Saudi Arabian beauty contest because of Botox.
That's its own punchline, I think. I think that was the joke.
Was it just too funny on its
It's kind
own?
of self-contained.
All right,
I think you could
Yeah,
have stopped
that's
at you could have stopped at camels barred from entering beauty contest in Saudi Arabia.
Okay, all right, but you know.
You see, because it would be stiff competition. It's hard to get a veil.
I used to fetch camels, but it's too much trouble.
camel
Take
fetcher.
carts. Now,
Wait, do they put burqas on camels?
I'm Tobias, the cart fetcher.
They really ought to.
Oregon elementary school children befriend crow.
One more time.
Oregon elementary school children befriend crow.
I
Authorities
accuse
say that
myself
Randy
before I
has
make a
possessed
racist
their
joke.
mind.
You went there too.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to snuff this one
it's
out.
in Portland, so now because they all befriended one black crow, they can say the N-word.
Well, the crow would be the one who taught him.
That's racist.
No, I'm not joking. That's in the article.
And that's my favorite part of the show. That one works. All right, it's time for my favorite part of the show. Hit the button.
Wait, did the crow teach him to say the T phrase?
No, I'm afraid the children
Crows are mean to Dumbo.
attempted murder.
That's when Pease apologizes for the show. Take it away, you beautiful chucklehead.
Well, man, what a show. And let's think about show before we get right into the depths of how sad we are about doing show. But this show really reflected the best and the worst of show. We really went the entire gambit. We started out funny, sure, but then we went into the obscure and bizarre, yeah, and then we picked it up a notch, and we let Fid Chili talk a little bit, and he steals the whole show with one line. And I'm sorry for that, because it's these kind of things that really put a spotlight on excellence, actually. And this year's spotlight on excellence, I think, needs to go to Fidward Chuli, president of the Truly Chulies, and my friend, who put a bow and dick on a beautiful Christmas card that I sent him, but did acknowledge that the Black Crowes are a good band with my yes or no questionnaire. Here's the thing, kids, a lot of you don't know that P sends out Christmas cards. I wish I knew who sent me this plentiful, bountiful, extravagant, useful items. A lot of people would have just, hey, let's find some things and make them be fun. You guys, these are things I can really need. First of all, 3 flavored rabbits. These, without even thinking about it, because I don't think, because I'm a Hypercube loyal patriot. This saved me from probably ups right off the bat. Okay, so I got that going for me. I got silly putty to make a fake anus with. So if I get penetrated, even though there's still some insertion, that penis isn't touching me, it's touching silly putty. And at the end of it, laugh in prison. That's right, you're pal the peas. You didn't fuck me, buddy. You fucked some silly putty. Who's the clown? It was a great show, and then it wasn't. And it's 2 minutes till the end of it, and really, it's 2 years till the end of all shows on the official schedule until next year, which, as we know, we've all been promised will be COVID and bird free. So here's looking to 2022, kids. What the fuck could go wrong now? And that's our show.
You've been listening to Time for the Show, a production of HyperCubeGo.com. I'm eating cookies. I can afford cookies because, the Patreon. You can support Time for the Show by going to patreon.com/hypercube and being a handsome fellow like these good people. Subject Be Changed, Bob South, Caller 23, Dr. Cosmath, Michael Marcus, Red Kenser, Scout Sloth, Scalpod, Dr. Trenchy, Pasta DX Menord, Hazel of the Windmills, Agent Lloyd, Long Dead, Negative at Night, Reverend 80, and Reverend Loch Ness. Why don't you handsome up at patreon.com/hypercube. I'm Dr. Fox, broadcasting live from Hypercube Studios, 27 in the heart of America's California, Orlando, Florida. You can subscribe at timeshow.com and on YouTube, and we broadcast every week on freethinkradio.com. Thank you to Dr. Ellis and Martha Artha. Thanks to everybody in the room tonight, including Dr. Cool, Dr. Cosmac, Reverend 80 Subject Be Changed, Fid Chuli, and Aster 6 on the sticks. We'll see you next year with more Time for the Show, because you asked for it. I love you.
It's nice to be loved.
I didn't know Reverend Loch Ness was a supporter. That's my wife.
Right on.
She just doesn't know it yet.